This is Post 41 Evanston Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com and on the air at KNYN 99.1 FM, The Big Dog. Evanston Outlaw Baseball is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear River Dental, The Best Western, Dunbar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, Elling Ford Brothers, Evanston Regional Hospital, Freeway Tire, Hoover Chiropractic, Dr. McKay Frankum, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Rocky Mountain Sign, T-Bar Body Shop, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, the Come On In Casper, Uinta County School District Number 1, West Star Printing, and by Rocky Mountain Yeti. Now, Outlaw fans, let's head to the diamond for today's game.
Good afternoon, Outlaw fans. Happy to have you alongside me for what should be a fantastic day of baseball between your Evanston Outlaws and the Centennial Cannons out of Idaho. We're going to go to a quick, short commercial break, but when we return, we're going to go through the lineups and get you set for the first pitch in just a few moments here on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunbar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunbar Inn.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankum, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? You told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankum.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankum at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
And good afternoon, Outlaw fans. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you alongside me for what should be a fantastic afternoon of baseball. The Evanston Outlaws are in their final game of pool play, coming in today 1-2 overall in the tournament. They are being challenged by the Centennial Cannons out of Idaho, who are 0-3. Both teams are in the same division in this two-division tournament. Outlaws trying to finish on top of Centennial and go 2-2 and finish third, while Centennial is looking for their first win. It's going to be the Outlaws batting first as they lost the coin toss, and they will be the away team with Centennial being the home team. Let's go through the lineup now for the Evanston Outlaws. So leading things off, and like it usually is, number 7, the catcher, Hank Allred. Batting second and in center field, Talon Critchfield. Batting third and holding down first base, it is Gus Allred. Then Jagger Mitchell cleans up with a shortstop position for himself today. Manning the hot corner, it is third baseman Bodie Wicks. But now we have Hank Allred, the righty, stepping into the box as the first pitch is about to be given by Luke Boats. Here comes the first offering. Immediately swung on and hit high into left center field sky, and it is caught by Elias in center field for out number 1. So on the first pitch, the Outlaws surrender the first out of the game, and quickly they're down to 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Now Talon Critchfield steps up to the plate for another righty-righty matchup. Critchfield has been batting 8th or 7th usually in the lineup as of lately, but has been dynamite, and so he's moved himself up to second. Here comes the first delivery, and that one misses just upstairs for ball 1. So like I was saying, Critchfield usually kind of holding down the bottom of the lineup, but a bit of a catalyst at the bottom. But Coach Mitchell has moved him all the way to second. The kick in the 1-0. That's high and inside, chest high, and it's now 2-0. One away and nobody on for Talon Critchfield in a scoreless matchup now in the top of the first inning. Boats gets the sign from his catcher McKenna, now delivers. That's low and away for ball 3. So first 2 pitches were rather inside, then Boats overcompensates and goes too far outside. It's a 3-0 count. The kick and the delivery. And that's a beauty down the middle for strike 1. Three balls and a strike. Here's the delivery. And that's in the dirt for ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Talon Critchfield. That brings Gus Allred up to the dish. Gus Allred batting third today. He's been pretty stellar so far at the dish. Gus, a lefty, awaits the first offering. Breaking ball high and away for ball 1. So there's 1 out, runner at first in a scoreless top of the first inning between the Evanston Outlaws and the Centennial Cannons. I like that name, the Cannons. You don't get that very often in sports. Columbus Blue Jackets, kind of. The 1-0. This is grounded to first, and it's going to slip into right field for a base hit. Critchfield all the way to second, picked up by Ellison right and thrown in. But a 1-out single for Gus Allred puts a runner in scoring position, and the Outlaws have 2 on with 1 away. Now here comes the cleanup man, Jagger Mitchell, who has been a little cold so far this tournament. Entered batting .500. It's kind of dipped down towards .475, but it's kind of hard to stay at that level for a whole season. Kind of hard. It's very hard. You see it all the time in the majors sometimes. Players get off to a great start, but just can't keep it going. Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies did that last year. He was batting, I think, nearly .500. Here comes the first offering. This one is swung on and hit high into center field sky. Elias running back and makes the grab for out number 2. The runner at second tags and advances to third on the fly out from Jagger. So with 2 outs, there's runners at the corners now for the number 5 batter in the lineup, Bodie Wicks. Bodie Wicks started the season, started this tournament at third. Got some breaks in yesterday. 4 games in 3 days. 5 games in 4 days, you could say. People need some rest. So Bodie now bats 5th, and the righty climbs into the box with a runner 90 feet away and 2 away. The first offering is grounded to third. High hop. It's going to bounce into left field. That's an RBI single for Bodie Wicks. Ball's thrown in, but the Outlaws strike first. They lead 1-0 now on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. First time Evanston has scored first all tournament long. If memory serves me correctly, they've usually been trying to come back. This time they put their fingerprints on the game early as they have a 1-0 lead. So 2 away, runners at first and second. Derek McDonald watches the first pitch go low and away for ball 1. Boats get set, and the righty delivers the 1-0. That's low and even low for a ball. 2-0. Boats on the mound. Zach McKenna, his battery mate, behind the dish. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. The 2-0 as McDonald watches that low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Derek McDonald. He'll be in right field when his team takes the defensive side of things. Boats get set. The 3-0. And that's a called strike, just the bottom of the zone. Nice pitch right there from Boats to get himself a much-needed strike. Outlaws trying to add on to their early lead. It's 1-0 Evanston in the top of the first inning. Here comes the 3-1. And that misses low and away for ball 4. So the bases are loaded now. The Outlaws really trying to pour things on here. With 2 outs, it sends Ryan Baldwin up to the plate. Baldwin batting just around 200 on the year. Kind of fluctuates in that area. Baldwin, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. With the bases covered in Outlaw jerseys and 2 outs. First pitch is at his feet inside for ball 1. It's a righty-righty matchup. Infield is at a usual position. The outfield is playing in, though. Here comes the 1-0. Baldwin watches it as it's a called strike on the outside portion of the zone. Balances the count out at 1-1. A ball and a strike, 2 outs, bases loaded in a 1-0 ball game in the top of the first. Here comes the 1-1. And that's a called strike, low and away, a beautiful pitch. That one started off inside on Baldwin and just gradually looked like a cutter of sorts, a bit of a changeup, just move itself away from the batter and sat itself down for a nice strike. It's 1-2. The kick and the delivery. This one's a slow dribbler to third, picked up by McKenna, over to first, and it is in, not in time. So Baldwin beats out the throw. It's an infield single and an RBI single. The Outlaws double up their lead. It's now 2-0 Evanston in the top of the first. Gus Allred scored. Everyone moves 90 feet, and now here comes Jaden Schneider, the number 8 hitter in the lineup, and the Centennial Cannons coach is looking for an explanation, and deservingly so. It was definitely close. Personally, I thought he was out, but I'm not in a uniform, so it doesn't matter. So Schneider, the righty, steps into the box. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Evanston up 2-0 in the top of the first. Moats gets set and kicks and deals. Fastball low and inside. Momentarily got away from his catcher, Zach McKenna, but nobody moves. And it's 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes for Jaden Schneider. Schneider trying to get this bat going. It's been a little cold this weekend, but what a time to get it hot. With the bases loaded, the 1-0. That misses high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes for Schneider. Outlaws wearing their gray uniforms with blue and white stripes across their lower chest. The 2-0. And the fastball catches the outside portion of the zone. It's now 2-1. Evanston up by 2 in the top of the first, trying to add on to it with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here comes the 2-1. That misses. No, it's a called strike. Painting the corner here to balance out the count, now 2-2. If Luke Botts can walk away from this with only 2 runs with the bases loaded, I think that's got to be a bit of a win for Centennial. Here comes the 2-2. That's in the dirt, and it's ball 3. So full count here. Bases loaded, 2 away. Outlaws with a 2-0 lead. And Luke Boats on the mound, the righty, trying to work out of this jam. Boats gets the sign from his catcher, completely dialed in on the pitcher. The runners go, and that misses ball 4, and it's an RBI walk for Jaden Schneider. And Evanston with a hat trick now in the first inning. It's 3-0 Outlaws. So Bodie Wicks touches home plate after signaling earlier. And here comes the number 9 hitter, Kason Smith, the pitcher today. First offering is chopped foul, but down the third base line, so just a strike. And the count is 0-1. Kason Smith, the Kemmer product, will be on the bump for the Outlaws today. I don't think he started a game yet this season. Maybe he hasn't. I missed it. Probably maybe in a tournament. But the Outlaws behind. Here comes the 0-1. Outlaws ahead. Last pitch missed, 1-1. Evens the count out. 1 ball and a strike to Kason Smith, the righty batter. The 1-1. And that's inside. Good eye by Kason. It's now 2-1. If Smith can reach, it'll send Hank Allred, the leadoff man, up to the dish as he stands on deck. The 2-1. That's in the dirt for ball 3. And Luke Boats on the mound is just 1 out away from getting out of this tough situation. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, you get the sense a base hit could really spell trouble for Centennial early, but 3-0 is nothing they can't overcome. The 3-1. And that's a called strike over the middle of the plate. Payoff pitch coming up. It's 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kason Smith waving his bat a couple times. The payoff pitch is fouled back. Good timing, just could not put it where he wanted to on his barrel. Smith steps out of the box, now steps back in. Full count, bases loaded, 2 outs, pitch. This one is grounded to third, across the diamond, and the play is in time for the out. McKenna hooks up with Nelson on the 5-3 ground out, but the Outlaws, they put up some runs. They lead 3-0 on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 left on. We'll meet you in the bottom of the first inning. Evanston up with a nice lead here. It's 3-0 on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaw Baseball.
Stories from your own backyard.
Anyway, he's a prominent member of Butch Cassidy's gang. The other was Butch himself, and then Bub Meeks were the 3 that robbed the bank, and they took off up Montpelier Canyon, and there was a volunteer posse put together that was going to go chase them, but they got into the canyon and thought there might be an ambush, so the volunteers got scared.
Listen to the Moments in History podcast every Tuesday on mylocalradio.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
And welcome back as we get you set for the bottom of the first inning. The Outlaws with the nice 3-0 lead. A hat trick to start things off against the Centennial Cannons from Idaho. We set our Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Happy to have you alongside me, whether you're watching on mylocalradio.com, listening on 99.1 KNYN. We're just thrilled to have you with us for some wonderful Saturday afternoon baseball here in the Treasure State in Missoula, Montana. So let's talk about the Evanston Outlaws defense now, get you guys set for that. It features a battery of Kason Smith, the righty, and Hank Allred behind the dish. Outfield looks like this. Jaden Schneider is in left. Talon Critchfield in center field. Derek McDonald out in right. And then the infield going from left to right. Bodie Wicks manning the hot corner. Jagger Mitchell, shortstop. Ryan Baldwin at second. Gus Allred holding down first base. And that's the Outlaw defense for you guys. The 3 scheduled hitters for Centennial feature Corey Elias leading off. Andrew Johnson batting second, and George Washington batting third. No, I'm kidding. Just one president in the lineup. It's Kyle Shabbat batting third for you guys following Centennial today. It would be pretty cool if they had double presidents in the lineup. Right? Is that just me? Oh, maybe just me. So Smith getting set here as he warms up a couple times. Usually we see Kason Smith in that closer role, but when you're playing 5 games in 4 days, you got to spread the arms out a little bit. And the big things for the Outlaws is their conference season will get underway when they return back to Evanston on Tuesday. So speaking with Coach Jason Mitchell, he's playing a big numbers game, trying to make sure that no one pitches too much so that they don't have them available for Tuesday's conference opener. And that's against Rock Springs, by the way. Although I'm sure you already knew that, given how many times the Outlaws and the Stallions have clashed this season. Righty-righty matchup. The first offering. That's a fastball low and away for ball 1, but wow, the heat was brought by Kason Smith. Now the 1-0. Misses at the same spot as the last pitch. It's 2-0. Last one was about shin high. Now the 2-0. That one just missed. No, a called strike just over the plate. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Centennial Cannons wearing black tops, white bottoms, and black socks with white numbers and letters on the front. The 2-1. That misses low and away for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff man, Corey Elias. Out in center field when playing defense. Smith gets the sign from Allred. Now kicks and deals. That one is fouled for strike 2. 3-2 now. Smith has battled himself back into this count after starting off 2-0. Elias strapping his batting gloves and now stepping back in for a righty-righty matchup. The payoff pitch. That's high and away for a leadoff walk. So the leadoff man reaches, and a 3-0 lead for Evanston now in the bottom of the first. Here comes Andrew Johnson, the number 2 hitter. First offering is a called strike. What number of president was Andrew? Was he 18? I think he was the 8. Lincoln was 16. No, he's 17. He was his VP. Grant was 18, I think. Anywho, Smith throws it over to first, and tag is not in time. It's an 0-1 count right now to the batter, Andrew Johnson, with the leadoff man aboard. And no outs in the bottom of the first inning with the Outlaws leading 3-0. The 0-1, runner goes. And it is softly lined to first. Gus picks it up himself for the unassisted play. Now they got a rundown between second and third. Bodie gets the tag at third, and it's a double play. Just how you drew it up. A 3-5 double play, right? That's common. So Johnson grounds out unassisted. And then the runner at first rounded second on a question. I mean, not really questionable at this point. A poor decision. And gets thrown out trying to get to third from first on a simple grounder. A slow one, too, to first. So the Outlaws pick up 2 quick outs as Kyle Shabbat walks up to the plate. First offering is low and away for ball one. Nobody on, 2 down in the bottom of the first with the Cannons trailing by 3. First offering, next offering I should say, is a ball that misses low and away for 2-0 count. The 2-0. And that's a hit by pitch right there as it caught the batter on the left shoulder. So with 2 outs, there's a runner at first now. And that brings up Dryden Polsky. Is it Paskey or Polsky? Polsky. And now there's a bit of a pause right now as Polsky, the righty, climbs into the box with 1 on and 2 away. Smith getting dialed in. Now gets set, runner goes. This one is softly hit into shallow center field. Critchfield runs over and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Cannons getting no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We'll meet you at the top of the second inning. It's Evanston leading 3-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tire, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankum, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankum.
Well, give him a call, 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankum at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
And welcome back to the top of the second inning. It's a 3-0 lead for the Evanston Outlaws as Hank Allred watches the first pitch come in as a ball, and now the 1-0 delivery. And that misses for ball 2. So it's been a rough start so far for Luke Botts out on the mound. Looking to turn it around now, though, in the top of the second. It's a 2-0 count, the kick and the delivery. This one is fouled back for strike 1. So 2-1 for Hank Allred. Allred started the game off flying out to center field, and can you believe the Outlaws would then send 8 more batters up? The 2-1. That's low and away for ball 3. You go back to that first inning, Outlaws had some good patience. They had a pair of walks. Derek McDonald and Jaden Schneider both walked. Here comes the 3-1. And a big cut and a miss from Allred, looking like he wanted to chop down some wonderful trees here in northwest Montana. The 3-2. This one is Sharply grounded to short, and no play to be made by the shortstop Shabbat. So it's an infield single for Hank Allred, and the Outlaws picking up right where they left off, and that is putting guys on the backs. So with a runner at first and nobody out, here's Talon Critchfield. He singled and scored last time up. Critchfield, the righty, walks into the box. Here comes the first offering. And it's across the plate for a called strike. You can definitely tell the approach of the Outlaws is we're not going to swing at it unless we love it. After yesterday, coming out aggressive is a whole different approach. A lot of first pitch swings, not the case today. The 0-1. This one's grounded to short, picked up by Shabbat, over to second for one, and the double play is not in time, so a fielder's choice for Talon Critchfield brings up the first out of the top of the second inning, and that brings up Gus Allred to the plate. So Allred singled and scored last time at the dish as the lefty settles into the box. First offering, that misses outside for ball one. You know, this Cannons team played earlier today. I mean, just the prior game. Everyone's got to play 2 games in one day at some point, and this was their day. And it kind of looks like it's taking a toll on them. It's hot out right now. The 1-0. That is a called strike on the inside half of the plate. 1-1. And they just got finished playing a really close game, a game that they nearly came back and won, put up some runs in their last chance at the plate, but ultimately fell short 6-5. As Boats throws to first, keeping an eye on Critchfield. No tag to be made, though. It's 1-1 with 1 out, runner at first, in a 3-0 ball game that the Outlaws lead in the top of the second inning. The 1-1 is popped up in the infield. Shabbat at short going into the outfield grass to make the grab for out number 2. So 2 down now, and that sends Jagger Mitchell up to the plate. Like we said last time, Mitchell trying to get out of a bit of a funk here. I don't know, I guess the Treasure State is not very friendly to Jagger's hot bat. Runner at first. 2 down, the first offering. That gets away from the catcher. The runner goes. The throw is off the bag, and Critchfield slides head first for a stolen base. And that puts a runner in scoring position for Jagger, which just makes it ever so tempting for him, licking his chops at the opportunity to get another RBI. He's the team leader in RBI. He's looking for another one. The 1-0. That misses off the plate. It's now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner at second after a 1-out walk. No, fielder's choice, I beg your pardon. The 2-0. This one's looped into shallow left field. That's down for a base hit. Critchfield will park it at third. And there's runners at the corners now after a 2-out single for Jagger. And now here comes Bodie Wicks.
Now batting third base, number 23. Bodie Wicks.
Now Bodie Wicks comes up. Singled last time up. Scored a run as well. Bodie, a righty, climbs into the box with runners at first and third and 2 outs in a 3-0 Outlaw lead. Top of the second inning. Boats delivers. First pitch is grounded foul down the third base line. It's now 0-1. No balls in the strike to Bodie. Wicks batting just north of 350 on the season. Really picked it up lately. Behind on the count right now, though. Here comes the 0-1. This one is softly hitting the shadow of center field. That's down for a base hit. Critchfield will score. Jaggers at second, and Bodie Wicks gets a RBI single to stretch the Outlaw lead. It's now 4-0 Evanston. And Derek McDonald comes up to the plate. Outlaws putting up some 2-out damage here. That's what they did earlier. They got 1 run with 2 outs. Now they get another one. First offering to McDonald is chopped towards third. It's picked up by McKenna, and they will call it foul. Runners at first and second for Derek McDonald. Has a homer on the season. Got it a couple weeks ago at home. The 0-1. This one's a sharply grounded ball, and it's going to seep through into left field. Jagger rounds third, hands home, and Bodie is at second, and he's picked off. Too big of a leadoff, but nevertheless an RBI single for Derek McDonald. The inning comes to an end, and the Outlaws lead it 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll see you at the bottom of the second here on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here. As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Welcome back to Missoula, Montana. We are now in the top of the third inning, and bottom of the second, I beg your pardon. And the Outlaws have a 5-0 lead over the Centennial Cannons from Idaho. They have come out with fiery bats. Through 2 innings, they've picked up 7 hits, 5 runs on 7 hits. Only 4 left on. They left the bases loaded back in the first, but they did put up a hat trick, so I don't think anyone's too upset with that. Scheduled hitters due up for the Cannons. It is hitters number 5, 6, and 7. Trey Nelson, Caden Ellis, and Colin McGurty. On the mound for his second inning of work, it is Kason Smith. Smith back in the first frame. Had to work on a little bit of tough stuff. Gave up a walk to the leadoff man, a hit by pitch 2 guys later, but eventually got out of the jam. So here comes Trey Nelson, the first baseman, for a righty-righty matchup. Smith gets set for the first delivery. That's caught and down low for ball 1. 1-0 to Trey Nelson. Smith, the 1-0. That's over the heart of the plate for a 1-1 count. If you missed the Outlaw game yesterday, it was a barn burner. 12-10 final. Evanston, trailing by 6, came back. The 1-1 is popped up into shallow right field. Charging in is McDonald and makes the grab for out number 1. So 1 away now, and Caden Ellis comes up. Ellis, a righty, stepping into the box. But yeah, the Outlaws were behind 7-1 yesterday. Then with time running out, although that's not a thing in baseball, they put up 8 runs in the bottom of the 5th and then added on to it. Then a late scare at the end, but they held on to win. First offering to Ellis is a called strike. Nice fastball down the middle, lower portion of the zone. It is 0-1. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses up high, never broke. It's 1-1. A ball and a strike, nobody on, and 1 out to Caden Ellis. Next delivery is a ball off the plate. It's 2-1. Ellis batting in the number 6 spot of this lineup. His Cannons played a game just prior to this one. The 2-1's in the dirt, gets away from Allred, but nobody on, so it doesn't matter. It's now 3-1. Three balls into strike. The delivery. And that's a called strike to ring up a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, and 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Outlaws up by 5. The kick and the pitch. This one is fouled back. Tell you what, this complex here in Missoula is absolutely perfect for American Legion baseball. But I think everyone wished those nets were a little bit higher. Just a smidge. As it keeps the fans on their toes. How about that? The 3-2. That misses inside for ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Caden Ellis brings up Colin McGurty. Runner at first, 1 down in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and number 7 hitter in the lineup and the left fielder for this Cannons team, Colin McGurty, the righty, settles into the box. Smith gets the sign from Allred, throws to first instead, but no play to be made. The first offering, that's low and inside for ball 1. A ball and a strike, no strikes to Colin McGurty in that number 6 uniform. Here comes the 1-0. This one is looped into shallow right field. That's down for a base hit. Throw is in, and now there's runners on first and second for Zach McKenna, the number 8 hitter in the lineup. 1 out. Cannons trying to make a dent in this deficit, trailing 5-0 against the Outlaws, who are looking for their 2nd win and trying to go 500 in pool play. That'll get them a spot in the 3rd place game tomorrow. Cason Smith looking to work out of this jam. First offering to McKenna is barely touched down the line and picked up by Smith. He tags the runner going to first. It's, I think, an unofficial sacrifice bunt, although it won't be counted that way. That's kind of what happened. He half swung at it, got a piece of it, put it into fair territory, picked up by Smith from the mound, tagged him in between home plate and first for the 2nd out. And now there's runners in scoring position with 2 down for the number 9 hitter, Nate McKenna. First offering to Nate McKenna misses outside for ball 1. This feels like a big moment in the game for the Cannons. Down by 5. Don't want this game to get out of hand quickly. Runners in scoring position. Can't walk away empty-handed, they feel like. The 1-0. That's low. Nice stop, though, by Hank Allred to keep the runners at bay. It's 2-0. Bottom of the second inning. Outlaws leading 5-0 on that Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here comes the 2-0. Ooh, and a beautiful pitch right over the heart of the zone. Called strike, 2-1. The 21. Nice called strike as well. It's now even, 2-2, and Kason Smith is a strike away from working out of a bit of a jam with 2 on and 2 away. Smith gets the sign from his catcher, completely focused on the batters, not the runners. The 2-2. And that misses outside for a full count, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2. This one is slapped foul down the first base line. We'll do it all over again. 2 down. Runner at second, runner at third, both getting on via a hit and a walk. The payoff pitch is looped into shallow right field. McDonald comes over and makes the squeeze for out number 3. So the Cannons leave 2 on. They get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. The Outlaws have a 5-0 lead. We'll see you in the top of the 3rd inning. Right next on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
There's only one podcast that tells you everything you need to know about America's game in the Cowboy State.
307 Baseball.
Hear from great guests, know what games and players to keep an eye on, and don't miss the Coaches and Media Poll, hosted by Matthew Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, this is the chess game that I've been talking about.
Elin Olive.
Means so much more to the Rangers when they're going to get ready to take on Gillette.
And Cullen Holt.
So the games that really count are already here. We've been building up to it.
Don't miss 307 Baseball every Thursday during baseball season on mylocalradio.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
We get you set for the top of the 3rd inning. The Outlaws have a 5-0 lead over the Centennial Cannons from Idaho, and they're looking to maybe put this game away. Might be a bit premature, but the Outlaws, as they enter the bottom of the top of the 3rd inning, one rule is not in effect at the moment, of course, but they're knocking on the door, so to speak, based on how active these bats have been. 10-run lead after 3 innings is ball game. Always worth noting that, because you get that mid-game walk-off sense sometimes. Doesn't happen at the top of the inning, but it's kind of fun, right? Well, here comes Ryan Baldwin. First offering. And that is inside for ball 1. 1-0 to the leadoff Baldwin. Baldwin singled last time up, got to second. The 1-0 is slapped into left field. McGurdy going back and makes the grab. So on 2 pitches, Baldwin is retired, and that sends Jaden Schneider up to the plate. Schneider walked his last time up. Schneider set for a righty-righty matchup. The first delivery is swung on and missed by Schneider inside. It's 0-1. Outlaws with that 5-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. The 0-1. This one is grounded foul down the third base line, pushes the count to 0-2. The 0-2. That's low for a ball. 1-2 to Jaden Schneider with nobody on and one down. Schneider has been excellent in the field all season long. Trying to get the bat to match that level of play of his defense. That's difficult, though, when you play such great defense. The 1-2 is softly hit and popped up in foul territory as the third baseman McKenna gets underneath it and records the second out. So a pair of flyouts to start the inning. And now the number 9 hitter in the lineup, the pitcher, Kason Smith, up to the dish. Smith, the lefty, gets set. The first offering is swung on and missed. Kason Smith, that Kemmer native, along with Clayton Moyles. Boats on the mound, gets the sign and goes home. And that's swung on and missed. So it is now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Kason Smith with 2 outs and nobody on. Smith has come to this at-bat with a mission. He's swung both times. The 0-2. That's high and inside for ball 1. Yeah, if your boat's right there, why give him anything that he could hit? He's shown he wants to swing, so give him something he can't touch and hope that he does swing. Doesn't get that result, but a good idea. The 1-2. That misses off the plate away, 2-2. So some good eyes and patience from Kason Smith has gotten himself back in this count. It's all even at 22. Boats gets the sign from his catcher McKenna and delivers. That misses low and away, 3-2. So 3 straight balls from Luke Boats has put Kason Smith in the driver's seat now for this next pitch. The 3-2 is softly hit and foul behind us, and we'll do it all over again. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of the third with the Outlaws leading 5-0. The payoff pitch. This one is highly hit into shallow left. McGurdy comes over, and it's the shortstop Shabbat who gets the squeeze for out number 3. So after 2.5 innings, the Outlaws still have that 5-0 lead over the Cannons. We're going to the bottom of the third here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
and welcome back to Missoula, Montana. It's now the bottom of the third inning. The Outlaws over Centennial 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Just check the chat room on mylocalradio.com, and Ethan Buse, one of the Outlaw players, popped in and said that the third baseman and the catcher, I assume the McKenna brothers, Nate and Zach, were his old teammates before he moved to Evanston. So a bit of a revenge game, right? A comeback story here for Ethan Buse, at least for his new squad taking on his old squad. It's when your high school friends meet your college friends. What a fun mix. But here we go. Corey Elias stepping up to the plate, the leadoff man. First offering. That is off the plate for ball one. The 1-0 is sharply hit right back and up the middle for a base hit into center field off the ground, and it is a leadoff single for Corey Elias. And now Andrew Johnson is up with a man on and nobody out in the bottom of the third inning with his side trailing 5-0. Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw down to second is not in time. Good looking throw for a moment there by Hank Allred. I think it was just a little bit short, though, as Mitchell just couldn't make the tag. But all in all, a great effort by the two. So Elias moves himself into scoring position on the first pitch to the next batter. That last pitch was a called strike, by the way. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball misses low and away to level the count out at 1-1. So Elias over at second after getting a leadoff single and then stealing. And Johnson trying to plate the first run. The 1-1. And it's fouled back for a 1-2 count. Johnson, if you remember the last time up, was part of that big unusual double play, grounded out right to the pitcher. And then they cut down Elias trying to go from second to third on what was a usual routine ground out to first. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. A beautiful breaking ball. Just too tempting for Johnson to lay off, and there's one away now with a runner at second for the Cannons. First K of the game for Kason Smith. You knew it was coming. He loves to attack that strike zone. Pitchers have different approaches. He is more of your attack the zone and make the batter hit it. First offering. And that's a ball that misses 1-0 to Kyle Shabbat. Shabbat, I beg your pardon. Here comes the 1-0. And it is popped up foul, and Gus Allred from first gets over and makes the grab for out number 2. So pop out to first baseman Gus Allred in foul territory. And with 2 down and a runner at second, here is Dryden Pulaski. First offering. This one's popped up in the infield as well in the third base direction. Wicks getting underneath it and makes the grab for the final out of the frame. So the Cannons come up empty-handed once again after a leadoff single. They go 1-2-3 in order after that. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. 3 innings in the books. We're on to the top of the 4th. The Outlaws up 5-0 over Centennial on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
This First Bank of Wyoming broadcast of Outlaws Baseball is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and he can help you get rid of migraines and allergies.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
And welcome back. We're getting set for the top of the fourth inning. The Outlaws have a 5-0 lead over the Centennial Cannons from Idaho. Happy to have you alongside me for what's a great day of baseball in Zootown. That's Missoula, Montana. I had no idea it was called Zootown. Makes sense, though, Missoula. Kind of like Missouri, right? Mizzou. Here's the first offering to Talon Critchfield, the righty, as it misses up high for ball one. So it's a 1-0 count now to Talon Critchfield. No, to Hank Allred, I beg your pardon. Allred, watch the next pitch come in, a called strike. It's now 1-1. Allred's 1 for 2 with the single. Here comes the 1-1. That misses inside for ball two. Outlaws looking to get some insurance runs now. They have a commanding 5-0 lead over the Cannons, who are looking to avoid going over in pool play. The 2-1, that's low in the dirt for ball three. 3 balls into strike. Boats on the mound, gets the sign. Here comes the 3-1. This one is grounded to third, picked up by McKenna, over to first for a 5-3 ground out, and there's one away now in the top of the fourth. Here's Talon Critchfield now. Critchfield is 1 for 2 with a single and 2 runs as he reached last time up via fielder's choice. First offering is immediately sent into left field. That's deposited for a base hit. Right in front of the left fielder McGurty, and it's a 1-out single for Talon Critchfield, who remains hot in Missoula. He may want to relocate north up to Montana. He has been just absolute dynamite up here in Missoula all weekend long. With 1 away and a runner at first, it's the lefty Gus Allred up to the plate now. Boats, the righty, kicks and deals. Changeup missed up high. It's 1-0. So Gus Allred last time up, flied out. Before that, singled and scored in the first inning. Here comes the 1-0. That's in the dirt. Runner goes. It's going to roll to the backstop, and Critchfield will take a generous rounding of second, but retreat back and take his stolen base and just call it 1. So that gets by, I think, was a wild pitch. Maybe a pass ball, depending how you call it. But nevertheless, the runner in scoring position now for Gus Allred. Looking to pick up the team's 6th RBI. Here comes the 2-0. And that misses just north of the plate. It's now 3-0. So Allred could be there with a stick or with a pencil. Hasn't done much with it. Here comes the 3-0. And that misses low and away for ball 4. So now runners at first and second for the cleanup man, Jagger Mitchell, who had an RBI single last time up. Outlaws really looking to put this game or open it wide open. They've already got a 5-0 lead. But if there's any man who can really extend the lead, it's number 3, Jagger Mitchell. 1 out, runners at first and second in the top of the 4th inning. First offering to Jagger is immediately swung and dropped to left field, but foul. Just a bit early on it, but you can tell Jagger is not waiting around to get a 4-pitch walk. He wants to attack this ball. Jagger Mitchell will play collegiately at Arizona Christian University next year. Here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Nice stop, though, by McKenna to keep it in front of him. It does balance the count out at 1-1. A ball and a strike to the righty, Jagger Mitchell, with runners at first and second and 1 out, and a 5-0 lead for the Outlaws in the top of the 4th. Here comes the 1-1. This one is chopped right down the third base line, picked up by the pitcher, thrown to first, not in time. It's an infield single for Mitchell. An infield single, and the bases are loaded now for Bodie Wicks. So 3 straight singles after the leadoff man grounded out has loaded them up for Bodie Wicks. Wicks is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a run. Bodie, the big righty, climbing into the box. Bases loaded, 1 away in the top of the 4th. First offering. And that is just inside for ball 1. What a time for the Outlaws to pick up their first grand slam of the season. I mean, I say that. There's never a good time. There's never a bad time to get one. Maybe sometimes they're more eventful than others, right? And the home plate umpire, Briar Newberry, right now is, I think, trying to get the Cannons bullpen to have a spotter. Okay. It's a team effort here in the broadcast booth, so a spotter comes out to make sure they are aware of any flying baseballs their direction. Here we go. The 1-0 is swung on and foul-tipped for strike 1. Bodie Wicks at the plate. Derek McDonald stands on deck, and then it's the number 7 hitter, Ryan Baldwin, in the hole. A ball and a strike to Bodie. Here comes the 1-1. That misses low and away for ball 2. It's now 2-1. Outlaws, like I said earlier, won their 3rd game of this pool play. 12-10 yesterday over Centennial from Western Washington. The 2-1. That's off the plate and high. Nearly shoulder level, and it's now 3-1. 3 balls and a strike to number 23, Bodie Wicks. Bodie steps back into the box with the bases loaded and 1 out and a 5-0 lead for the Outlaws. Here comes the kick and the delivery. This one is popped up in my direction. Could I catch it? No. Just short. A man can dream, but it is strike 2. So big payoff pitch coming here with 1 out. A punch out would take all the pressure off the infield and the batter Just got to worry about the next batter. The 3-2. This one's hit up the middle, and that's into center field for an RBI single. 1 run comes around. Coming behind Critchfield and scoring next is Allred, and it's an RBI single for Bodie Wicks as 2 more touch home plate, and the Outlaws lead it 7-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. So with runners at the corners now, here is Derek McDonald. That last one was grounded up the middle. I think it either hit the pitcher or hit the mound and then just shot up like a firework over the second base bag and into center field. First offering to McDonald was a ball. It's 1-0. Next one is driven into deep left field, chasing back, and it's going to be fair for McGurdy. No, it's foul. I beg your pardon, that's a foul ball. Off the naked eye, I thought it was fair, but the umpire rules it foul, and I learned my lesson. So that's just a harmless strike that evens the count out at 1-1. Next offering is just on the plate for a cold strike. It's now 1-2. Seven nothing Outlaws. Runners at the corners with 1 out. The 1-2. It's fouled back. McDonald so far today is 1 for 1 with a walk. Singled last time up. It's been a singles mixer, actually. The Outlaws have 10 hits. I don't think any of them have been extra base hits. All been singles. Here comes the 1-2. Inside, and it's actually going to get a piece of McDonald right on his derriere, and so he'll take his base. Probably the best spot on the body to take a pitch, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out for Ryan Baldwin. Baldwin is 1 for 2 with the single. Outlaws have a commanding 7-0 lead in the top of the 4th and are looking to build on it with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Boats on the mound, kicks and deals. First pitch is swung on and hit sent foul down the left field line and out of play for strike 1. It's 0-1. So Ryan Baldwin, the number 7 hitter in this lineup, trying to get some power out of his bat. Here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Great stop by the catcher McKenna to keep it in front of him. It's 1-1 now. The 1-1 is swung on and knocked into left field, but foul. Pushes the count to 1-2, so Baldwin down to his last strike with 1 out and the bases loaded in a 7-0 ball game with the Outlaws leading the Cannons. The 1-2. That's inside to balance the count out at 2-2. High and inside, nearly shoulder level for Baldwin. The 2-2. That misses way upstairs in the attic. And we get a payoff pitch now. It's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 3-2-1. Bases loaded for Ryan Baldwin. The Outlaws have already tacked on 2 in this inning. Looking to really open this game up. Baldwin, the righty, gets set. The payoff pitch is swung on and missed. That is out number 2, a huge punch out. That's the first strikeout of the game for Luke Boats. And with 2 outs, the bases remain loaded for Jaden Schneider. 0 for 1 today with a walk. Here comes the first offering to Schneider. It swung on and missed. So 0-1, big cut right there on a breaking ball that went low and away. Schneider thought it would come over the heart of the plate, just dropped down. The 0-1 is dribbled foul down the third base line for strike 2. So Schneider now really needs to protect the plate with an 0-2 count here. Has to keep himself alive. So no balls and 2 strikes to Jaden Schneider. Bases loaded. This inning started with the ground out, but after that you had 4 consecutive singles and a hit by pitch. That plated 2 runs. But right now the catcher, Zach McKenna, is getting a bit of attention here from the umpire and the head coach for Centennial. It's almost as if something is in his eye. Jaden Schneider still the batter for the Outlaws during this pause. It is 0-2 and still having a bit of a, not a conference, but a meeting between the umpire, the catcher, and the Centennial coach to see if the catcher can continue. I wonder if it's sweat that's in his eye. I can kind of that can burn. And that's really tough as a catcher because you need both eyes working 20/20. He's got long hair too, so it could have dripped down into his eyes on a hot day like this. The odd thing with Missoula, at least in my experience, now I'm no weatherman, the hottest part of the day is around 5 o'clock-ish, 4 or 5. Usually it's a little earlier elsewhere. Not here, though. Long days here. The 0-2. This one is grounded to the third baseman, picked up by McKenna. No, he drops it. Everyone's safe on the E5. It's a run-scoring error. And it's now 8-0 Outlaws. A big boof right there from Nate McKenna. I think he just tried to do too much too quickly. Dropped it on his way up, and Jagger Mitchell gets home on the error and scores. And now here's Kaysen Smith. Bases loaded still. First offering to Kaysen. This one's driven down the left field line, but foul. A switch hitter here, Kaysen Smith. He usually comes in as a closer. He's not a usual suspect at the dish. He'll often get pinch hitted for when his time is done on the mound. The 0-1. This one's popped up into shallow left field. Everyone's colliding for it. No one makes the grab. One run's going to score. The second comes around. Smith will wheel his way to second. An RBI double for Kaysen Smith, and the Outlaws have put on their 5th run of this frame. It's 10-0 Evanston. That was placed perfectly between the left fielder, the shortstop, and the third baseman. Ultimately, it was the shortstop who dove for it, but no one could come up with it. It's a 2 RBI double. And Evanston has a 10-0 lead here. Bases are no longer loaded, though, just runners at second and third for the leadoff man, Hank Allred. First offering now to Hank Allred. This one is smacked down the left field line, but foul. Outlaws with a 10-0 lead. Got the touchdown, the extra point, and the field goal all in the first half. Here comes the 0-1 now. They're going to throw to second, actually, keeping tabs on Jaden Schneider. Oh, I beg your pardon. That's Kason Smith over there. Now the 0-1. Curveball misses just in the attic of the zone to even the count out at 1-1. A ball and a strike here to Hank Allred. Allred is 1 for 3 today. He actually got this inning started. He grounded out to kick things off here on the top of the fourth. The 1-1. This one's popped up in the infield. Down the first base line. First baseman, or the second baseman, Johnson makes the squeeze for the third and final out. But not before the Outlaws put up 5 more. They stretch their lead to 10 over Centennial here in the top of the fourth. We will meet you in the bottom of the fourth on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts
All right, folks, welcome back here. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning with the Outlaws having a 10-0 lead over the Centennial Cannons. And Kason Smith, the righty, back on the mound for another session of work. The Outlaws put up 5 in that last frame. They have taken a commanding lead here. Let me fill you in really quickly on the run rule for this tournament. It's 8 runs after 5 innings, so unlike some Legion tournaments down in Wyoming, that's 10 after 3. That's not the case here. We're going to have some more baseball. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and the Cannons looking to get some offense going. They're going to get started with hitters number 5, 6, and 7. Last time up, those 3 hitters went 1 for 2 with a walk, a fly out, a walk, and then a single. Smith on the mound, the righty, has been dealing so far. Scoreless, has held the opponents to just 2 hits through 3 innings. I mean, just been marvelous so far. Has kind of put himself in some early difficulties, though, letting the first or second batter reach, but somehow, some way working around it, so it's not an issue. Outlaws went 0-2 to start this thing off in the tournament. Then they bounced back with a great comeback victory last night, 12-10 over Centralia, Washington. Now they're looking to get to 500 in pool play, and that would set them up on a collision course for the third place game in tomorrow's finale of this Memorial Tournament from Missoula, Montana. The Missoula Mavericks, the wonderful hosts here, that Missoula M, use the same font as the Detroit Tigers D, but just an M instead. Looks just like the D2, actually. But here we go. It's now Trey Nelson's turn to bat. Nelson 0 for 1 today, flied out last time up. Outlaws leading by 10 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nelson, the righty, climbs in and gets set for the first delivery. It's sent back and fouled. It's strike one, 0-1. No balls and a strike to Trey Nelson. Outlaws' defense and offense has been a perfect marriage so far today, and they'll look to keep that going here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball is grounded foul down the third base line for strike number 2. Oh and 2. No balls and 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. And a called third strike right over the heart of the plate. A beautiful fastball from Kason Smith for out number 1. That's his second punch out of the day. And that sends Caden Ellis up to the plate. So with 1 out and nobody on, Caden Ellis last time reached on a walk and got all the way over to third before the inning was retired. First offering, this one sent into deep left field. Chasing back is Schneider, and he makes the catch. Jaden Schneider makes the catch, backpedaling towards the warning track in left center field. And on one pitch, Ellis is retired, and here's Colin McGurdy now. Colin is 1 for 1 with a single so far today. Outlaws have a 10-0 lead over the Cannons in the home 4th inning. First offering. Fastball just misses below the zone. It's 1-0. So Kason Smith at that 46 pitch count. Trying to keep him below 60. Here's the 1-0. Curveball missed outside. It's now 2-0. 2 balls and a strike to Colin McGarity. Next offering is popped up and getting towards the dugout. Gus Allred from first running in, makes the grab. He was running out of room, but found enough space to make the squeeze, and the Cannons go down in order, a 3 and out, and that's going to do it for the 4th inning. We're headed towards the top of the 5th. The Outlaws have a 10-0 lead here in Missoula on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks, and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
And welcome back as we get you set for the top of the 5th inning. The Outlaws have a 10-0 lead over the Cannons, and Centennial is making a pitching change now. Let's get this new pitcher to you here. Actually, a handful of changes here. So the Cannons making a handful of changes right now. And let's check out what the new defense looks like. Pulling up the new defense for you guys. Here we go. So on the mound now for the Centennial Cannons, it is Gavin Stearns. Stearns in relief of Luke Boats, who tossed 4 innings, let up 10 runs on 11 hits. So a tough day for Boats, but now it's in Gavin Stearns' hands. And leading things off for the Outlaws, it's the number 2 hitter, Talon Critchfield. First offering to Critchfield is behind his back, and that's ball 1. So it is 1-0. The 1-0 from Stearns. That misses just a little bit outside off the top corner. Doubles the count. It's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes here. The 2-0. That's in the dirt for ball 3, and quickly Critchfield's patience has rewarded him a hitter's count. 3-0 now. 3 balls and no strikes to Talon Critchfield. The kick and the delivery. That is a nice pitch right over the middle for strike 1. 3 balls into strike. Critchfield, the righty, getting set for the righty-righty matchup. The kick and the pitch. This one is grounded into left field, right next to the shortstop, and falls to McGurdy's lap, and it's a leadoff single for Talon Critchfield. Critchfield has now reached all 3 plate appearances and has scored all 3 times. Now here comes number 3 hitter in the lineup, Gus Allred. Allred, a lefty, climbs into the box for a righty-lefty matchup with a runner at first and no outs in the top of the 5th. First offering, that's off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Gus Allred. Allred was part of that scoring barrage, that 5-run 4th inning last time. Singled and went all the way around the bases. Now the 1-0 is hardly hit into right center field. Going back is the shortstop, the center fielder, Elias, cannot make the catch. Oh, he did! An unbelievable catch. They double up Critchfield from first, and it's a double play. Unbelievable. What a play by Elias out in center field. Let's try to rewind and watch this one. Unreal. Here's the replay of it. Caught it at the end, but wow. A great play by Elias. And now there's 2 away just like that. So with 2 down and nobody on, here is Jagger Mitchell. First pitch to Jagger is popped up. Shallow right field. Ellis charging in and cannot make the play. It's going to fall for a little bit of a loop single. And there is a 2-out single for Jagger. Now here comes Bodie Wicks with 2 down and a man at first.
Third baseman. Part-time bat boy. Number 23. Bodie Wicks.
We got some humor here in the press boxes. Bodie has been the most energetic bat chaser for this Outlaw team. He follows Jagger, who usually brings the bat halfway through him to first. So it creates a long run for the next guy up. First offering now to Wicks. Time is called by Bodie. So 2 outs, runner at first. Outlaws have a 10-0 lead in the top of the 5th inning. Wicks, the righty, steps back into the box. Stearns gets set and delivers. This one is Grounded over to third across the diamond and in time for out number 3. So just like that, the Outlaws got off to a good start, but then a double play and a ground out brings them to a grinding halt. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Evanston Outlaws lead the Centennial Cannons 10-0 here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
School may be out, but the top high school athletes in Wyoming aren't slowing down. My Local Radio has you covered this summer for all the high school sporting events. Catch the Shrine Bowl on June 12th, the Soccer All-Star Game on June 19th, basketball boys and girls, and the volleyball All-Star Games on July 24th, along with the entire AA American Legion Baseball Tournament July 26th through the 31st, live from Laramie. Join us all summer long for the My Local Radio Summer of Sports to watch every game live or on demand at mylocalradio.com.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar-S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar-S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar-S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
Welcome into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Outlaws have a commanding 10-0 lead over the Cannons. I mean, I can get corny here. The Cannons are just not firing right now for Centennial. They're 0-3 in this tournament, and they are looking to avoid the sweep in pool play, but they're looking that right in the face right now. It is my understanding that after 5 innings, if a team is up by 8 runs, that's the ball game. So right now, Centennial has to score at least 3 runs to keep this game alive. So not even 1 or 2 would do it. And Kason Smith is on the mound. Coach Mitchell told me they're going to keep him at a 60 pitch count, and he is just south of that right now. Let's see if they can keep him below it. First offering is in on Zach McKenna, and it's a called strike. It's now 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to McKenna, who is 0-for-1 today. Next offering misses just over the plate. Balances the count out at 1-1. 1-1 here to Zach McKenna, the catcher. Next pitch, just south of the zone for ball 2. And McKenna last time up, grounded out, or reached on a fielder's choice, I should say. The 2-1, that's high and inside for ball 3. So after starting this at-bat off with the first pitch called strike, 3 straight balls have come across. Now the righty Smith kicks and deals. This one is fouled down the first base line, picked up by Gus Allred, and that's out number 1. Allred got a little help there. That ball literally came to a halt the moment it hit the bag. It was on a mission to get to the base but stay fair. So an easy ground out for Gus Allred, and now there is 1 away. In the bottom of the 5th, the Outlaws are 2 outs away from going 500 in pool play and picking up 2 straight wins in Zootown. Next batter is Nate McKenna. First offering is a called strike on this missed swing. 0-1 the count to Nate. Third baseman today for the Cannons. Here comes the 0-1. This one is sent into center field, and that's down for a 1-out base hit. Critchfield tosses it in, and McKenna has himself a single. So with 1 down, there's a runner at first now for the leadoff man in this lineup, Corey Elias. Elias is 1-for-1 today with a walk and a single. Outlaws leading by 10. If they keep this game at an 8-run lead after this inning, that will be ball game. So it kind of feels like the bottom of an inning in a really weird way as the tying run is on deck. Smith throws it to first instead of home, checking in on the runner. No play to be made. First offering now to Corey Elias, the righty, is fouled back for strike one. It is 0-1 now to Elias. Runner at first with one down. Bottom of the fifth, the 0-1. That misses above the zone for ball one. So the Outlaws, with a win here, would finish third in their division. That'll put them in the, third place game tomorrow. The 1-1 is delayed as Smith throws it over to first, checking in on the runner who just got on with a single not too long ago. There's one out, and Casey Smith on the mound is approaching that 60 pitch count. We'll keep tabs on it for you. But now the 1-1, that's low and in the dirt for ball two. Great stop by Hank Allred. Allred is the go-to catcher for this Outlaw team. Every now and then we'll see Eric Greer strap on the pads, but he's not here this weekend. So a heavy workload for Allred. Jagger Mitchell can catch too. 2-1 once again is paused as Smith has some paranoia regarding the runner at first. Smith gets the sign, now kicks and pitches. This one is sharply hit into left field on the ground. Gets past the shortstop Mitchell, and that's a one-out single. That makes it two in a row. And now there's runners at first and second, and I think this will be it. Yeah, so Clayton Moyles is already walking out, and Casey Smith's day is done. Casey Smith's day is done on the mound. The two runners on are going to be charged to him if they come around, but we'll take a quick commercial break for this pitching change. The Outlaws have a 10-0 lead in the home fifth inning with one out and runners at first and second.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
And welcome back as Casey Smith's day is over with on the mound. So that brings in the other Kemmer native on the team, Clayton Moyles, the big lefty. Moyles pitched in the first game of this tournament, had a bit of a rocky go against a good Expos team, but looks to close this one out. His side leads by 10. The situation is this: after 5 innings, if a team is up by 8 runs, that's the ball game. So the Cannons need to get 3 across, which means the tying run, so to speak, is at the plate now with 1 out and runners at first and second. Here is Andrew Johnson. Last time up, Johnson struck out swinging and swings at the first offering. Big swing and a miss. for strike number 1. It is 0-1 now. Clayton Moyles the lefty, and a lefty-righty matchup. First offering after the strike is inside for ball 1. Low and away, evens the count out at 1-1. A ball and a strike here. Here comes the 1-1. That's just off the plate. Good-looking fastball, though. It is 2-1. Moyles has a bit of a habit to get the first few guys on and then somehow work around it. That's kind of his MO. Here comes the 2-1 as Moyles actually checks in at the runner at first instead. He's a lefty pitcher, so he's got a front row seat to all the action over at first and can look over his left shoulder over to the runner at second. Here comes the 2-1. That's low and inside for ball 3. 3 balls into strike. Andrew Johnson getting set. The 3-1. And that's a called strike on the bottom half of the zone. Full count here. Big pitch with 1 away and runners at first and second. You missed the zone and the bases are loaded with 1 out. You get the punch out and there's 2 outs and the runners don't matter. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one is fouled back and we'll do it all over again. Johnson grounded out his first time up and struck out the last time. And that number 16 jersey, it'd be fitting if he was number 17, right? The 17th president, Andrew Johnson. I think he was 17th. Anywho, here comes the 3-2 pitch. That misses off the zone, and that's ball 4. Take your base, and now the bases are loaded for Kyle Shabbat.
Number 7, shortstop, Kyle Shabbat.
So Moyles walks the first guy he faces. Runners at first and second and third are not in his jurisdiction.
Number 8, Zane Cousins.
We got a pinch hitter here. It's Zane Cousins at the plate for Shabbat. So here's Cousins. With the bases loaded and 1 out, his team needs 3 runs. Outlaws looking for their second win here in Zootown. Picked up one yesterday in a comeback effort. This time they're trying to maintain a big, healthy lead. The payoff pitch, the first offering, and that's down low for ball 1, 1-0. Tying run is at first in this 8-run rule effect after 5. The 1-0. This one is grounded and into left field. 1 run will score. Rounding third, and scoring as well. And it is a RBI double. And now it is 10-2. The Cannons are on the scoreboard. And Bodie Wicks over at third is standing next to a very important runner. If he comes home, this game will continue. If not, the Outlaws would win. So next offering, and that's to Poloski. Big swing and a miss on the first offering. It's 0-1. No balls in the strike. Here's the 0-1. That misses off. It gets away from Allred. The runner comes home and scores. And it is now 10-3 after the pass ball. 10-3, so we will continue after this inning. The Cannons are coming back here. (10-3) ball game. Moyles trying to work around this. Polsky steps back in. Here comes the 1-1. That gets away from Allred as well, and another run's going to come home and score. And now it is 10-4. So Polsky has watched 3 pitches come by and 2 runs touch home plate. On a wild pitch and a pass ball. It's 2-1 with nobody on. Just 1 out. The 2-1. And misses up high for ball 3. The 3-1. And that's a called strike over the heart of the plate. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch coming. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one's fouled back. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. 10-4 lead for the Outlaws. The payoff pitch. This one sent high into shallow left field. Schneider chasing in. It's Mitchell from shortstop to make the grab, and that's out number 2. So 2 down now for Trey Nelson. 2 outs. 4 runs have come across in this frame so far for the Cannons to extend the game and keep themselves alive. Clayton Moyles, the lefty, getting set. Here comes the next offering. That is just a tad on the zone for strike 1. It's now 0-1. 0-1 the count to Trey Nelson. 0-2 so far. Curveball, what a beauty that was. I mean, nearly touched the peaks here in Missoula and then came all the way down in the zone for strike 2. 0-2 now for Nelson. Next offering. That misses just upstairs. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2. That misses low and away to level the count out at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next offering misses. And it is now a full count, 3-2. Payoff pitch coming to Trey Nelson, who fell behind 0-2 in this count and has earned himself a payoff pitch now. The 3-2. That misses low and inside for ball 4. Take your base. So it's a 2-out walk with nobody on except for Nelson. And here comes Caden Ellis. So Caden Ellis comes up 0 for 1 today with a walk. It's a lefty-righty matchup. Runner at first and 2 outs. First offering. This one is check swing foul, and that's strike 1. 0-1 here. Here comes the 0-1 from Clayton Moyles. Instead, he'll throw it over to first, checking in on the runner. 2 outs. Outlaws have a 6-run lead, but the Cannons have put up 4 here in the home 5th inning. Moyles gets the sign and goes home. That gets a piece of the batter. That's a hit by pitch, so he'll take his base. Got him right at the bottom of his leg, like his left foot. And so he hobbles over to first, and there's runners at first and second now.
Now batting, left fielder, number 6, Colin McGurty.
Colin McGurty coming up. And Coach Mitchell's going to talk to Clayton Moyles here, maybe settle him down a little bit. Talking with Coach Mitchell before the game, the plan was to go with Kason Smith and then to Clayton Moyles to finish it off. But Moyles has run into a high pitch count here and just a little bit of work in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Outlaws up 10-4 over the Cannons. Bit of a discussion being had here. We'll keep it right here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me on a wonderful Saturday evening from Missoula, Montana. And in fact, it is going to be time for Moyles to be retired, so a pitching change. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll be right back on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of My Local Radio Sports.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar-S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar-S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar-S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Missoula, pitching change here. New man out on the mound, trying to get a number for you guys. I believe it might be Jaden Schneider, although don't quote me on it. Trying to get a number for everyone. Yeah, so I believe it's Jaden Schneider on the mound for the Outlaws. Let's reset the defense here. In left field, it's Talon Critchfield. Clayton Moyles takes over in center, and Derek McDonald stays put in right. Then at third base, it will continue to be Bodie Wicks, Jagger Mitchell at short, Ryan Baldwin at second, and Gus Allred at first. And now the battery consisting of Jaden Schneider and Hank Allred. There's 2 outs and runners at first and second in a 10-4 Outlaw lead here in the bottom of the 5th. As the first pitch from Schneider is a called strike. And it is now 0-1 to Colin McGurty. Schneider gets a big swing and a miss from McGurty. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Schneider, the righty, gets the sign from Hank. Looks at second, now goes home. This one's popped up in the infield. Wicks from third coming over and making the catch for the third and final out. But not before the Cannons put up 4 runs to make this one continue. Although everyone is acting like this game is over. All right, we'll see you the next inning here It's a 10-4 Outlaws lead on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome into the top of the 6th inning. The Outlaws holding on to a 6-run lead over the Cannons. And leading things off, it is Quentin Elmer. Pinch hitting here for Derek McDonald. So a new alignment now for the Outlaws, as Quentin Elmer has come off the bench every game so far in this tournament. So Elmer, the lefty, steps into the box for a righty-lefty matchup. On the mound here for the Cannons, it is Mangus. First offering, and that misses low and inside for ball 1. So 1-0 the count now to Elmer, leadoff man in the top of the 6th inning. Next offering, that's in the dirt for ball 2. Mangus behind in the count, 2-0 now. Outlaws put up 10 runs unanswered until the Cannons responded with 4 in the last frame. Elmer, the lefty, gets set. Here comes the 2-0. That's in the dirt for ball 3. So Elmer trying to work himself a leadoff walk. That's always a good recipe in baseball for success. Mangus gets the sign from his catcher McKenna. The 3-0. And that misses inside for a leadoff walk, ball 4. So it is Ryan Baldwin coming up to the plate with a man on first, nobody out in the top of the 6th inning, in which his side has a 6-run lead. Baldwin waving the bat. Mangus looks over at first, now dials in. Waist high and steps off to call time. Here comes the first offering, and that's a called strike. They try and double up the runner at first, but unable to, so it's just strike 1, as Elmer had a big lead. Here's the 0-1. This one's popped up behind home plate. The catcher running back, McKenna, and unable to make the catch. Had it for a moment, but just popped out of his glove, so it's just an eventful strike. 0-2 the count. Here's Ryan Baldwin trying to pick up a base knock. Did that the first time up, but since then has flied out and struck out. He climbs back into the box as Mangus gets the sign from McKenna. The 0-2. This one slowly poked to third, picked up by McKenna, over to first, and the throw's in time for out number 1, but the runner moves to second on the 5-3 putout. Great job by Nate McKenna at third, though. stop that ball from getting into left field and then make the out at first. Now here's Jaden Schneider. Schneider is 0 for 2 with a walk. He had that he reached on an error last time up that extended the inning and poured some extra runs across. First offering to Schneider misses low for ball 1. Mangus peers at second, now looks home. The 1-0. That's in the attic for ball 2. 2-0 the count for Jaden Schneider. He just finished off the last inning on the mound, came in relief for Clayton Moyles. The 2-0. That's just off the plate for ball 3. So Mangus is one pitch away from giving up the second walk of the frame after the first batter reached on a walk. The 3-0. That's in the dirt for ball 4. So runners at first and second now with 1 out. So a ground out sandwiching 2 walks to start things off. And here's Clayton Moyles. He's batting in the pitcher's spot. Moyles usually bats towards the top of the lineup, so kind of big bonus here for the Outlaws. First offering to Moyles. And that's a called strike on the bottom portion of the zone. It's 0-1. So Clayton Moyles came in for Kason Smith earlier and then moved to center field, so never left the game as time is called. 0-1 right now to Moyles with runners at first and second and 1 away in a 10-4 Outlaw lead here in the top of the 6th inning. The 0-1, and that's low and inside to even the count out at 1-1. A ball and a strike right now. Mangus gets the sign from McKenna. The 1-1. This one's roped into left field, but foul. Good look, looked good off the bat, but just turned foul. And that's just a big strike. It's now 1-2. Outlaws holding on to a 6-run lead, but the Cannons are threatening at the plate. Last time up with 4 runs. Time is called. There's 1 away, and there's runners at first and second. Mangus looks at second, now goes home. That's in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now to Clayton. Moyles, the righty, steps back in, pitches lefty. I think he's a switch hitter. Here comes the 2-2. That's low and in the dirt as well. So ball 3, payoff pitch looming ahead. Big opportunity for the Outlaws to try and pull away from a Cannons team that's in the rearview mirror right now and speeding up on them. The payoff pitch. This one's grounded foul down the third base line, so we'll do it all over again. Outlaws trying to get back to an 8-run lead so they can put a stranglehold on this Cannons offense and enforce a run rule. The 3-2. This one's popped up into shallow center field. It's Ellis coming in from right field to make the grab for the second out of the inning. So there's 2 down with runners at first and second for Hank Allred now. This top of the lineup has been busy today. Allred flied out his first time up, singled the next time, and grounded out the third time and flied out the fourth time. So he's 1 for 4 so far today. I guess when you get 10 runs on 13 hits, you're going to get a handful of at-bats. So the righty steps into the box with 2 down and runners at first and second. Mangus looks at second, now turns to home. The delivery. That is a called strike. 0-1, good pitch right there. Started inside, worked its way outside, but stayed on the plate for a strike. Allred awaits the 0-1 and swings at the next offering. That was at his feet. I'll tell you what, he'd be great on the golf course with a cut like that, but doesn't translate to baseball, unfortunately. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Hank Allred. Runners at first and second and 2 outs. Mangus looks at second. Now turns to home. And steps off and calls time. You'd think with 2 outs that runner at second wouldn't be so bothersome, but a bit of a Kenley Jensen right now. Doesn't like someone over there. Here comes the 0-2. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Go-ahead run for the Outlaws stands at first with this Evanston team up by 6. 8 after 5, ball game. The 1-2. This one's grounded foul down the third base line, and it's a strike, but we're already at 2 anyway, so no harm, no foul. It's still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to Hank Allred. He is 1 for 4 today. Pair of flyouts and the ground out, along with a single in between. Now the 1-2 from Mangus. That's in the dirt, ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 outs in a 10-4 Outlaw lead. Allred watches that bat momentarily lay on his right shoulder. Now awaits the 2-2. This one's grounded to third, picked up by the shortstop over to first. The throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. It is going to be an E6 or an infield single. And it's an E6 on the play. Yeah, that throw, Allred may have been able to beat it out, but the throw pulled the first baseman off the bag. So Cousins at short is assessed an error, and now the bases are loaded with 2 away for Talon Critchfield, the hottest bat on this team. First offering to Critchfield is a ball, 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. And that's over the plate for strike 1. Ball and a strike to Talon Critchfield. He has scored 3 out of the 4 times he's come up to the plate. The 1-1. This one's poked into shallow right field. Ellis coming in and making the grab for the third and final out. So the Outlaws leave them loaded. They still have that 10-4 lead, though, as we go to the home 6th inning. Evanston, 10-4 on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Welcome into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Outlaws are up by 6. It's 10-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me, whether you're watching on mylocalradio.com or listening on 99.1 KNYN. Either way, we're just happy you're making Outlaw Baseball a part of your Saturday night, no matter where you're joining us from. So on the mound for the Outlaws for his second outing, it is Jaden Schneider. Came in relief in the last frame to get the final out, and he'll start this inning with his side trying to hold on to the 6-run lead. If Evanston can hold on to win, they'll finish pool play 2-2 and then move into the third place game tomorrow morning at about 11:30 a.m. If they fall in this game, they'll go to the fourth place game, and that would be at 9 a.m. And talking with the coaches, I think the biggest motivating factor for these players to come out and win is they want to sleep in tomorrow. They don't want to get up at 6:30, 7 a.m. for a 9 a.m. game. They'd like to get that extra hour and a half of sleep. Let's see if the defense can play like that right now, if they'll play sleepy. So Schneider at the dish, or on the mound, I beg your pardon. And up to the plate right now for the Cannons, it is Zach McKenna. First offering is a ball, 1-0. Next offering is chopped foul down the third base line for strike 1. Here comes the 1-1. That misses high and inside for ball 2, 2-1. Nobody on, nobody out for the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And a 10-4 lead for the Outlaws. The 2-1. That's barely missing. Look at a good pitch, but it rings the count up to 3-1. 3-1 misses in the dirt, and that's ball 4. Take your base. So a leadoff walk here for the Cannons, and that brings up Nate McKenna.
Now batting, number 13, Nate McKenna.
So McKenna walks up to the plate. McKenna, a righty, climbs into the box as we get set with a runner at first and nobody out, and a 6-run lead for the Outlaws in the home 6th inning. Schneider gets set and goes home. Curveball, great pitch right there. That's a called strike, 0-1. Started up high and then sank itself all the way to the bottom of the zone. Now the 0-1. This one is chopped foul down the third base line. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Nate McKenna. Last time up, he singled and scored, part of that big 4-run rally. Last offering missed for ball 1 in the dirt. It's now 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Nate McKenna, the third baseman, with a runner at first and nobody down. The 1-2. This one slapped back foul. It is going to stay at 1-2. Schneider dials in. Now the 1-2. Curveball up high, throw it over to first, and it's not in time, but it was definitely close. So it's just a ball, 2-2. But it's definitely a message that Hank Allred and Gus Allred, the two brothers, have a connection 90 feet apart from behind the plate to first. Schneider, the 2-2, is fouled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jaden gets the sign from his catcher. Now kicks and deals. This one's lifted into shallow left field, but foul territory. Wicks, the third baseman, couldn't get there, and it'll fall for absolutely nothing. It stays 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Nate McKenna. The righty steps back into the batter's box as Schneider looks over at first, now gets set to go home. Here's the delivery. It's popped up in the infield. First baseman Gus Allred calling for it and making the grab for out number 1. So with that, the first batter is retired here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner still at first. And here is Corey Elias, the leadoff man in the lineup. Elias is 2 for 2 today with a walk and a pair of singles. First offering is a called strike. What a great pitch. I mean, anytime you get the batter to turn away because you think it might get him and then it comes back over the plate, it's a great feeling for a pitcher. And it's now 0-2. The 0-1. And now it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Schneider, effective so far on the mound. Got out of a jam last time up. Last time on the mound, last inning. Looks at first, now goes home. And that just misses high and away. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. Outlaws leading 10-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-2. This one is roped to third. Wicks knocks it down. Over to first. No, he will just eat it. And that might be an E5. That was a hard play. Opted not to throw it. Didn't see a play to be made. Let's see how it's scored. But nevertheless, it puts runners at first and second, whether it's an infield single or an E5 on the play. And I think they're going to assess. Yeah, that's an E5 right there. It looked like it. So now there's runners at first and second for the Cannons. Andrew Johnson up. Next pitch. This one's popped up down the first base line. Allred has a read on it and makes the grab for the second time this inning for out number 2. So Johnson takes a seat on some pine, and here comes Cousins. So Zane Cousins, a righty, steps up. Schneider gets the sign from his catcher Allred with 2 aboard and 2 down. The pitch. This one's grounded to short. Mitchell gets it over to second, and that's the inning. So a 6-4 put out. The Cannons come up empty-handed. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. Outlaws leading 10-4 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Getting set for the top of the 7th inning here. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy you're with me for what's been a great day of baseball for the Evanston Outlaws. The offense has come together. They put up 10 runs. After kind of just walking through the first 2 games of this tournament, the offense and the bats have come to life as of late. And now they look to finish this game off, but first they'll try and pick up some extra insurance runs in case the Idaho team, Centennial Cannons, try to put a run together in the bottom of the 7th. On the mound is Mangus for another inning of work. Let's check out who's coming up for the Outlaws here. Looks like, yep, it's going to be Gus Allred, Jagger Mitchell, and Bodie Wicks. So 3, 4, and 5 do up the real heart of the lineup for Evanston. So here comes Gus Allred, the lefty batter, stepping into the box.
Number 11, Gus Allred.
He's going to lead things off here. Allred so far today, a single, a fly out, a single, and a fly out. It's like he's playing a Connect 4 and someone keeps blocking him. Here we go. First offering. That's inside for ball 1. So 1-0 now to Gus. Here comes the 1-0. That's low and inside of the feet of Gus for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes for Gus. Leadoff man in the top of the 7th, which the Outlaws have a 10-4 lead. The pitch. That's just on the outside portion of the zone for strike 1. 2-1 the count. Here comes the 2-1. That misses high and away for ball 3. So Mangus is one bad pitch away from letting the leadoff man reach on a walk. Gets the sign for McKenna. The 3-1. And that's ball 4. Take your base. So a leadoff walk here for the Outlaws.
Now batting for the Outlaws, number 3, Jagger Mitchell.
my question is, if the Outlaws score 2 here, is it like a walk-off or will we play the bottom? Because we're after 5. Okay. Gotcha. So there's no walk-off potential in the top of the inning. Always a rare, fun situation. First pitcher to Jagger Mitchell is inside. That's ball 1. 1-0 to Jagger. Jagger so far today, a fly out, pair of single, a hat trick of singles, 3 singles and a fly out. The 1-0, this one's popped up foul behind us, and it's now strike 1 for him. 1-1 the count. One ball and 1 strike. Jagger, the righty, waving his baton around, now gets set. The 1-1. This one is lined down the left field line, but foul. So Mitchell behind in the count. It's 1-2 with nobody down, and Gus Allred over at first after a leadoff walk. Allred taking his time here. The 1-2. This one's an infield pop-up right on the mound. Who's going to get it? No one does. It falls down. Gus was waiting at first so he didn't get tagged up, so he's out. And a very rare infield pop-up drop that the batter reaches on the error. It's an E5. So that's against Nate McKenna, but they do get the out at second because Gus Allred, of course, couldn't move very far. They would have tagged him out at first for 2.
Now batting, number 23, Bodie Wicks.
So now there's 1 out with a runner at first still. And now Bodie Wicks comes up for a righty-righty matchup. Mangus gets the sign and goes home. That's in at the feet of Bodie for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Wicks doing what he can to keep his team ahead. It's a comfortable 6-run lead, but I'll tell you what, 6 runs in American Legion Baseball is a lot different than other styles of baseball and levels. Here comes the 1-0 now from Mangus. Runner goes. Throw down to second is absent as they let Jagger just take it. He's got some wheels on him. Jagger Mitchell was in the Shrine Bowl. That's like the Wyoming All-Star football game a few weeks ago. He was returning kicks for the South team, so he has some wheels on him. Moves over to second. Here comes the 2-0. This one is lined into left field. That's down for a base hit. Mitchell parks it at third, but it's a 1-out single for Bodie Wicks, and runners are at the corners now for Evanston. Here comes Quentin Elmer. Elmer last time up walked. He was the leadoff man last time up. And with 1 away, the Outlaws doing what they can to try and build on their lead here and tack on some insurance runs. Mangus gets the sign from his catcher McKenna. Looks at first briefly. Now goes home. That misses low and away from the lefty batter Elmer for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes for Quentin Elmer. Like I said, Elmer has not started a game yet this tournament. We've only seen him come off the bench, but I mean, he's made plenty of starts this year, and he's always a consistent fielder and quality at-bats as the 1-0 misses for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Where's that number 62 uniform? I'm trying to think of any famous major leaguers to wear 62. Not a big baseball number. Here comes the 2-0 now. This one is popped up down the left field line, and third baseman McKenna gets a glove to it for out number 2. So Elmer flies out. And now Ryan Baldwin will stroll to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 away in the top of the 7th inning, with the Outlaws leading 10-4 on that Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Baldwin, a righty, climbs into the box. Mangus looking over at Bodie Wicks at first. Now dials in. Brings the glove to his chest and pitches. First pitch pop-up behind the plate. Catcher getting over and making the grab. Great play by Zach McKenna behind the dish, and the Outlaws leave 2 on. So after 6.5 innings, Evanston has a 10-4 lead. They'll try and hold on to that to go 2-2 in pool play before tomorrow's final game. We'll see you in the bottom of the 7th for what could be the last 3 outs of the ball game. Evanston leading by 6 on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Jaden Schneider out on the mound looking for the last 3 outs of the ball game as Evanston has a 10-4 lead over the Centennial Cannons out of Idaho. It's 10-4 Evanston on that Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's what's due up for Centennial. You check out the lineup card. It is hitters 4, 5, and 6. So for the Cannons, hard to argue much better than that to start a rally. When you're trailing by 6, sure, you probably would like to start with the leadoff man. That's as ideal as it gets. But at the same time, when you're down 6, you need 6 runs to come across, which means you probably need everyone to bat and contribute. It's tough to pick an ideal spot. Hard to beat, though, 4, 5, and 6. First offering to Dryden Polsky, and that's a called strike on the outside half of the zone. It's 0-1 to the righty. Schneider, the 0-1. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 to Dryden Polsky, who is 0 for 2 today. Also got on with the walk. This 0-2 pitch is fouled back, and so we'll do it all over again. Schneider gets the sign. Now the 0-2. And that is off the plate for ball 1. 1-2. Outlaws leading by 6 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and number 1 punch out for Schneider. This is a game that has not featured many Ks. Trying to count them up right now has not been a big punch out kind of game, though. Here comes Trey Nelson, though, the righty in the meantime. Let me add up how many strikeouts we've had. First offering is a ball. And that's only the 3rd strikeout for the Outlaws. and only 1 for the Cannons. So 4 altogether. The 1-0 is bounce foul for strike 2. For strike 1, I beg your pardon. So 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on here for Trey Nelson. Outlaw is up by 6. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt for ball 2. And right now, Hank Allred, the catcher, coming out to talk things over with his righty pitcher, Jaden Schneider. Probably just talking about the approach here for dealing with the number 5 hitter in the lineup, Trey Nelson. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And this is a long conversation now. The umpire has joined, and it looks like the umpire is asking for Coach Jason Mitchell to come out. I wonder if something is wrong with Schneider or Hank. Now Schneider has dropped the ball. Is Schneider in some kind of pain? Whole infield is in. I missed it if it was something noteworthy that appeared on the field, but I think Jagger Mitchell's running to the dugout to maybe change gloves, and maybe he's going to pitch now. So Schneider may be dealing with some discomfort or something. I'm not really sure. Hopefully he's okay. That's my only thought. Because Allred came out and talked to him. Then the umpire joined and asked for Coach Mitchell to join the trio. No, it's actually catcher Hank Allred. So Hank's done for the day. I've never seen a catcher get changed in the middle of an inning, but Hank must be dealing with some injury, and that's why Jagger ran to the dugout, because he's the only other catcher here. So while they change gear, we'll step aside for a quick break. The Outlaws have a 10-4 lead with 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
And welcome back here. Bottom of the 7th. Not a pitching change, a catching change. I'm racking through my head here. Right now there's a longer conversation. Okay, so I think the Outlaws have to figure out who's going to go where. As soon as I know, I'll let you know. But here's what I do know. Jagger Mitchell is going to move from shortstop to catcher. Hank Allred's day is done. Jaden Schneider will stay on the mound. So someone has to replace Hank. And someone needs to, which is Jagger, so meaning someone needs to come into the game for Mitchell at short or move over. I just saw Ashton Eldridge come in. But he's only an outfielder or a third baseman. I hope you're following along with me. I'm kind of losing myself. A lot going on here. But right now, Jagger's got to get the catcher's gear on. Did you hear about NC State getting eliminated from the College World Series? There was a great picture of before the game was suspended. their catcher was on deck, and he was taking some swings with his shin pads on because there was no one else, literally, that could go catch the warm-up pitches at the start of the next inning. So he had to practice his warm-up cuts on deck with his gear on in case the inning ended, and they had to have someone warm up the pitcher. And, of course, at 2 o'clock this morning, the NCAA thought they would slip one by the public and say NC State's out. No one's going to notice, they're all asleep. Well, that wasn't the case. And people deservingly so and rightfully so, in my humble opinion, are rather upset with the NCAA. So here we go. Here's the new layout. You ready for me? Ashton Eldridge is in left. Clayton Moyle stays in center. Quentin Elmer remains in right field. Bodie Wick stays at third. Talon Critchfield moves from left to shortstop. Ryan Baldwin and Gus Allred will stay at second and first. And now the battery consisting of Jaden Schneider and Jagger Mitchell. And some warm-up pitches here, not for Schneider as much as it is for Jagger, most likely. The last time I can really remember a catcher having to leave the game, this was a while ago. It would have to be Buster Posey, right, when he got knocked over. But I'm sure it's happened since then at the major league level. I just can't put my finger on it. All right, here we go. The 2-1 pitch, and that's a called strike to even the count out at 2-2. In case you forgot, it's Trey Nelson batting with 1 out and nobody on. The 2-2. This one's grounded third but foul. So 2-2, we'll do it all over again. 2 balls and 2 strikes right now to Trey Nelson. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. His side trailing 10-4. The 2-2 pitch from Schneider. That's low and away in the dirt for ball 3. So a full count and a payoff pitch coming up. Schneider gets the sign from his new catcher Mitchell, and now the pitch. That misses in the dirt for a walk. So a 1-out walk for Trey Nelson. And that brings up Caden Ellis. So Ellis walks up with 1 out and a runner at first. His side is trailing by 6, which means the tying run is still having some bubble gum in the dugout at the moment. Ellis hit by pitch last time up. First pitch he sees is in the dirt for ball 1. Nelson at first after the leadoff man struck out. Schneider peers over at first, now gets set and goes home. This one is rifled into left field. That's down for a base hit. Everyone moves 90 feet closer to home, and that's a 1-out knock. That puts runners at first and second for Colin McGurty. Schneider dialing in against Colin. 2 on, 1 away. The pitch is chopped foul back to the netting for strike 1. 0-1 now to Colin, who is 1 for 3 today with a single. Jaden Schneider, the righty, getting set for a righty-righty matchup. The pitch is slapped foul down the right field line. Everyone chasing after it. No one's going to get to it. And that's down for a very, very exhausting second strike for Gus Allred over at first, who ran midway through the bullpen. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Outlaws leading 10-4 on that Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Schneider gets set. Glove waist tie. The 0-2. That misses. Good stop by Jagger, though. It's now ball 1. So 1-2 the count. Mitchell quickly put to work. Hopefully Hank Allred's okay. Trying to see if I can see him standing along the fence of the dugout. Don't see him, though. The 1-2. This one is popped up down the right field line. Right fielder Elmer running in. That's going to fall for a base hit. Everyone will move 90 feet. Then the throw to third is off the mark. One run's going to score. It goes towards the fence. And on the throwing error, it's an RBI single, and McGurty goes to second on the E9. I guess Elmer just lost in the sun because he was pretty far off where that ball landed. But Trey Nelson touches home plate, and it's now a 10-5 ball game. Here's Zach McKenna. First pitch to him is a ball. The 1-0. That miss is low and away. It's now 2-0. Schneider is the third pitcher. Yeah, that sounds right. 2-0. And that is a called strike over the middle of the plate. 2-1. Evanston's lead is 5 with runners at second and third. The 2-1. Good stop by Jagger on a pitch in the dirt. 3-1 the count. So 3 balls and 1 strike to McKenna, the number 8 hitter in this lineup. Trying to get a bit of a rally going. His side needs it. They're down 5 in the last chance. The 3-1. That is a called strike. Wow, painting the corners right there. Schneider looked like Picasso. Gets the strike call. It's 3-2. Payoff pitch coming up. Big 1-2 with 1 away and 2 on. Here's the 3-2. That's up high for ball 4. So runners at first, second, and third. The bases are loaded. And here comes Nate McKenna. Nate McKenna rounding out the order here. He is 1 for 3. Outlaws trying to hold on to this lead here. The tying run is on deck with 1 out. Schneider gets the sign from Mitchell and goes home. Breaking ball, called strike, low and away. Great pitch right there. It's 0-1 now to Nate McKenna. The 0-1. And that just misses, not by much though. It's 1-1. Was a good looking pitch. Couldn't blame Nate McKenna if he swung at it. Now the 1-1. Another breaking ball. What a beauty. Started up high and just parked itself at the middle of the level. It's 1-2. The 1-2. And that does not miss by much. It's a ball, 2-2. So Schneider gets set here. The 2-2. Just up high. Check swing did not go, though. So payoff pitch coming up. Big 1-2 for Schneider. If he walks in a run, then the tying run comes to the plate. 10-5 Outlaws. Here we go. The payoff pitch is driven to second. They get one runner at second, and they throw to third. There's a rundown. They've got one out. It's a double play to end the game. Outlaws win. Outlaws win. Outlaws win. It was a one-hopper to short. They got the runner at second. And then they got a guy down in a rundown between second and third. And Evanston holds on to win 10-5. They improve to 2-2 in pool play. And they'll play in the third-place game tomorrow. After starting off 0-2, they bounce back strong with 2 wins to close out the last 2 days. We'll step aside for a quick break here. When we return, it'll be time for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap and the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Once again, the final, Outlaws 10 runs on 15 hits and 1 error over the Cannons, who picked up 5 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors.
The best cement comes from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. They've been mixing cement for every type of job for generations. Major construction, road and bridge, cement blocks, foundations, sidewalks, curb and gutter, cement steps, septic tanks and water troughs. No job is too large or too small. Make sure you get the best quality cement available at the best prices. Always get your cement from Ellingford Brothers. Call today. Ellingford Brothers, we know cement. 307-789-1515.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Gee, Tommy, you look amazing. Did you try something different with your enamel?
No way. I wouldn't do anything to alter these pearly whites, but I did see Dr. McKay Frankham, who told me if I didn't floss, I could miss up 35% of food particles.
Really? He told you that?
Yep, and you know what? He's 100% right. I started flossing, and now I look better than ever.
Wow, I want to see Dr. McKay Frankham.
Well, give him a call. 307-789-8910. Easy to remember, right?
That's super easy. Dr. McKay Frankham at 307-789-8910. I'll call today.
And welcome back here. Let's talk about this post-game show with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap due up first. So the Outlaws in this one started scoring often and early. They put up 3 in the first, 2 in the second to take a 5-0 lead into the top of the 4th inning, where they would tack on 5 more. That would be the last time they scored, though. Those 10 runs would last them through the rest of the game. They were close to run ruling the Cannons, but Centennial responded with 4 in the bottom of the 5th at the last chance to stay alive and keep playing on. And so the Outlaws had to grind them out and play 7 full innings to get their win, as they would coast on to win 10-5. Coast is a bad word to use. That was felt like a much closer game than a 5-run difference, and I feel like Coach Mitchell and Baldwin would agree as well. So that's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Go check out Jimmy John's today, tomorrow, or any day that ends in a Y. 113 Front Street in Evanston. They spend hours slicing fresh produce, ham and cheese, and delicious bread, and the smells are free. Go check them out today or next chance you get. That's Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Now time for the Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. How about the last play? You get a bouncer right to shortstop. It's fielded by Critchfield. He throws it over to second for 1. Then they get a rundown between second and third, and Bodie Wicks makes the tag to end the game, and the Outlaws pick up win number 2 here in Zootown. That's our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Precision Family Dentistry at reasonable rates. Call the offices of Dr. McKay Frankham today to schedule your appointment. So the Outlaws are going to play tomorrow at 11:30. We will not have coverage for that one, unfortunately. Our apologies, but they'll be playing in the 3rd place matchup. Best of luck to them as they look to finish Missoula with a winning record. They're 2-2 right now, looking to go out 3-2 in what's been a very successful weekend so far against a lot of great teams from Washington State, Idaho, Montana, and Evanston, the lone representative from the Cowboy State. Well, folks, for my producer, Michael Wilkerson, I'm Matthew Peterson signing off. The final, Outlaws 10, Centennial 5. We appreciate you making Outlaw Baseball a part of your night, and we'll see you next time.
This broadcast has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Special thanks to executive producer Val Cook, office manager Kayleen Anderson, sales manager Julie Burley, and production assistant Alyssa McDaniel. And a big thank you to our fine sponsors. Thank you for tuning in to the First Bank of Wyoming broadcast. For archive games, talk shows, and interviews, visit MyLocalRadio.com. Like and follow My Local Radio Sports on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all things local athletics.